Spotlight on Frazee is sponsored by these community-minded businesses and organizations. Frazee Family Foods. What a hometown grocery store should be. Friendly staff, family-owned, and a wide variety of groceries to fulfill your needs. The City of Frazee and Frazee Event Center, featuring a 5,000 square foot room, a built-in stage, and a full-service bar. Perfect for a multitude of events. Call or click to book your event.
Welcome to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm your host, Hank Ledke, and I'm here with Patrick Hollister from Partnership from Health. Good morning, Patrick.
Good morning.
And it's a little chilly out here this morning.
Yeah, it is. I got my hat on and my jacket. It's a typical fall day in Minnesota.
It is. But colors are changing. It's gorgeous. And we've got an event coming up.
Yeah, we got a big event coming up, Hank. The Highway 87 project, which the good people of Frazee have endured for a year now, is coming to a close. They are pouring the last of the concrete for the new trail as we speak behind us. And we are going to have a ribbon cutting for both the Highway 87 project generally and specifically this new trail we're standing on Wednesday, October 12th at 2:30 p.m. right here on the east side of Frazee High School.
And it's going to be a great time. The last time we were able to get together with something along this line was when we did the ribbon cutting on the new bridge on the Heartland Trail right outside of town.
Yep, we did the ribbon cutting on the bridge, which is connected to the Heartland Trail segment between Detroit Lakes and Acorn Lake. So little by little, Hank, we're getting this thing built. We're putting the pieces of the puzzle together.
And once it gets done, it's going to be a tremendous trail. We'll be able to actually start at Centennial Park in Moorhead, and you'll be able to go all the way through here, on over to Park Rapids, Walker, and on up to Cass Lake.
Yep, that's right. But even before that dream is finally realized, the little bits and pieces of the trail are still usable by the communities where they are, and so this segment that we just built on Highway 87, this can be used every day by the people living in Frazee. Now, someday we're going to get it connected to Acorn Lake and Detroit Lakes and beyond, and also to the east. But until then, it's still usable, and the door's open. It's welcome to everybody.
Well, and this is, just kind of a continuation of what we'd started on the other side of the school by the elementary, the first safe route to school that we put in town here.
That's right. Let's see, was that 5-6 years ago that we did a ribbon cutting there too for the trail between the two schools? If I recall correctly, Frazee applied for a grant and got funding for that one, which was terrific. And someday, we're going to have everything hooked up. We're going to hook up this part of the Heartland Trail here on 87 to those schools and also to the brand new Wanigan Park. We're going to have a seamless network, Hank. Everything's going to be connected, and people are going to be able to walk and bike everywhere.
Well, and then also, we look at the trail between Perm and Maplewood over there in Pelican. That was something that was talked about years ago, and at one time, with Pelican coming out to Maplewood, and they couldn't get the routing and they lost the funding, and that was about 20 years ago.
Yep, so that Pelican Rapids to Perm Trail, now officially known as the Heart of the Lakes Trail, that has a long history. I started in this region in February 2010, so that history goes back 10 years before I even got here, but that finally got built this year, and except for the segment within Maplewood State Park itself, they still need the funding for that, and they still need to decide the route on that. But let me throw out a little teaser here for the folks in TV land. There is interest among some people in the city of Vergas in connecting to either the Heartland Trail or the new Heart of the Lakes Trail between Pelican Rapids and Perm, or both. And so we're going to be talking to Vergas next year and see if we can get them connected to Frazee too. Well,
and I talked with Commissioner Johnson down in Otter Tail County, and we've talked with Jonathan, our former administrator. It's in Perm now. And, about doing this connection too, that we need to see the connection between Frazee and the new Heart of the Lakes Trail. And it would be great to go through Vergas because I really enjoy these trails going through the small towns.
Yes, I agree. They're so valuable for economic development. And Hank, I got to give you a lot of credit. I don't think it's an overstatement to say that you are the reason, or at least most of the reason, why the Heartland Trail goes through Frazee and why the North Country Scenic Trail goes through Frazee. You've been working tirelessly for decades to put Frazee on the map and in the grid, particularly with regards to these trails.
Well, I appreciate that, Patrick, and I appreciate all the SHIP's help too. But we're going to take a break right now, and we're going to be right back talking more with Patrick Hollister from Partnership for Health. Welcome back to Spotlight on Frazee. I'm Hank Ludke, your host, and I'm here with Patrick Hollister from Partnership for Health. And Patrick, we talk about the trails and stuff, and of course the Heartland Trail extension is a bonded trail. There's a lot of other things that go on now. You have the LCCMR grants, the Greater Minnesota Regional Parks and Trails Commission that does outstate regional things also. But we have issue with our legislature.
Yes, alas, Hank, the state legislature this year did not pass a bonding bill. We were hoping, we being the Becker County Heartland Trail folks, we were hoping that the legislature would pass a bonding bill because that would have been a big step forward for us to connect Acorn Lake to Frazee. The fact that the legislature did not have a bonding bill this year sets us back a little bit. But of course, we're doggedly determined, and we're going to keep searching for piggy banks to help fund that segment of the Heartland Trail.
Well, and that's the thing. It's we're at the whims. That's of the bonding bill, and that's one thing with the newer trails. Some of these newer trails do not rely on bonding money at all. They are set up either through the tax that we put on ourselves or through money from the lottery.
That's right. So there's lottery money, there's local option sales tax possibilities. There are various grants. There are DNR grants, there are MnDOT grants, there are some federal grants, I think. So there are various ways for us to seek funding. I think it's true, though, that in the case of the Heartland Trail, the state probably has been the main source of funding, which makes sense, after all. It is an official state trail.
Yeah. And it's economic development. Exactly.
It's great for the Frazee economy, the Detroit Lakes economy, not only the Heartland Trail, but also the North Country Scenic Trail and the Heart of the Lakes Trail that you just mentioned. All these trails provide economic benefit to the local community in terms of tourism and also quality of life for the people who live here. And the more interconnected these trails are, the more benefit we all get from them.
Well, and that's what goes back towards SHIP, is that this is a healthy alternative to me driving my car, walking, bicycling.
Exactly. And so you have, a lot of people who live in Frazee, they work in Detroit Lakes, or some of them work in Moorhead. But I know, for example, Dr. Koshnick, he commuted to Detroit Lakes daily, even before the trail. And ironically, now he's retired, and we're finally building the trail for him. But yeah, if you can bike or walk to work, that option isn't available for everybody. But if you can, it's certainly healthier than getting in your car. It's not just healthier for you because you get exercise, but it's also healthier for the neighborhood because you're not putting exhaust out in the air.
Yeah, and especially as we've seen the prices of gasoline and everything go up with fuels and things this year, and it's coming back down. But still, it's the idea, we need to get people outdoors. They need to be healthy. And the way to do that is biking and hiking and getting out and smelling the flowers and looking at the bees and the birds.
Exactly. When you're on a bike, you learn more about your community. You meet your neighbors more often, and it just helps for quality of life, and the technical term might be social capital. People knowing each other, people willing to help each other. The more sort of interconnected and intimate a community can be, the safer everybody is. So and the healthier everybody is. So there are the social benefits to biking and walking are endless. Consequently, the social benefits to bicycle and pedestrian infrastructure are endless too.
And I know, like with our next segment of the extension here, when, like you said, we'll come from the bridge by Acorn Lake, and we will come over to Cemetery Road here, and we will come on in to Town Lake and connect with this cross-city trail here. And then that'll go on to Wanigan. But the bonding that we're looking at, would be the starting building the trail coming out of Park Rapids to Osage. and doing more trail work on the west end from Centennial Park on out to Buffalo River State Park. And then a trail location and start of design between here and Wolf Lake.
Exactly. So I want to offer a glimmer of hope to the public here that, you know, traditionally the state legislature passes a bonding bill in an even numbered year and a budget bill in an odd numbered year. Unfortunately, even though this is an even numbered year, 2022, the legislature did not pass a bonding bill. There is some hope, and there's historical precedent for this. The legislature could pass a partial bonding bill in 2023, and if we were really lucky, if all the stars and planets lined up, a segment of the Heartland Trail could even be in that bonding bill. So I would say it's not too late even for 2023. Now, if that doesn't happen in 2023, you can bet that we're still going to keep working on this for 2024.
Well, Patrick, I appreciate you being on the program.
Thank you.
And with that, remember, pet the dog, hug the kids, kiss the wife, and wave at the neighbor. The next person you wave at could be your next best friend. And we'll see you here on the Heartland. We'll catch you next week.